and welcome to Wrongway. I'm Mr. Wrongway, and this might just be the most universal extreme wheel out there. So, let me tell you more about it. Woo! And this time, huge thanks to Begode for providing me this wheel for extensive testing and to keep. So I can be sure that I can deliver you a full-blown review, a full long-time use case of the Begode Extreme. And if you want to get a wheel like this or any other wheel in Europe, feel free to use my coupon code WRONGWAY for an additional 5% discount at my e-wheel. And boy oh boy, does this sound exciting. Oh yeah. Alright, but excitement aside, well, if you have been exploring electric unicycles for, well, a week, then you have already found out that Begode was delivering and is delivering one of the most powerful, exciting machines out there on the market. But the question always was if they're durable and if they're safe. So this is still a ride review, and I'll try to keep it short and focus on most of the ride characteristics and what makes up the ride of the Begode Extreme. But I first need to tell you that the safety margins and the safety on Begode wheels drastically improved. Well, at least in my opinion. Alright, so first of all, this is the first wheel by Begode to have a smart BMS. You can check the voltages of each individual series in the battery pack, so then you know if there's some cell series that has a drastically different voltage, then you shouldn't ride the wheel, you shouldn't charge it, you should check it up. This is really important and a huge deal. I think that every single electric unicycle manufacturer should have this feature, and I'm looking at you, veteran, because your wheels still don't have a smart BMS. There's battery temperature sensors, and now we also have more intelligent alarms on Begode wheels. So since the last video I've recorded on the unboxing, they already changed the software, and now if you really push the wheel, it should beep. Will it beep? It doesn't. Okay, it doesn't now, it should. I mean, when the pedals are dropping, it should beep. It is race mode now that I have on, but at higher speeds, I did notice that it behaves a lot more like veteran wheels. So if you get a beep, it will not turn off right away. No, it will have a little bit of beeping, and afterwards, after a lot of beeping, you might cut out on the wheel. So this is also a great safety feature, but I hope will also beep at those lower speeds. I don't really know, because changes at Begode are so quick. The wheel also has a safe charging limit, both on the high-end voltage and the low-end voltage. So with my veteran Patton, I actually broke it because it was charging really to all of its capacity, and then I was braking hard. and with this move the battery couldn't charge anymore and the controller blew. And here such a thing should not happen because it charges to 133.1 volts, which is for me a better thing than to charge it full and possibly break it, because sometimes you charge the wheel to 100% and you will need to brake hard. So that's great. And at the lower end I could do a range test, mind you 100 kilometers GPS, and that with some jumps in between. I could still ride tilt back and the wheel didn't turn off on me. I also think that the lowest voltage achievable on this wheel is pretty safe. So it's quite impressive that it seems to me that now with the controller limits, with the voltage current limits, Begode is actually now doing the more safety margin, the wheel that doesn't stress the battery as much as, for example, Veteran with their patent. The wheel also runs really cool. I didn't have any issues with that whatsoever, but I would honestly need to take it up to the mountains. And if you want me to climb up a mountain with this wheel, then leave a like on the video. If we get to 1,000 likes, I'll get up a mountain in Poland. So hit the like if you want to see that. Now with all of that out of the way, let's talk about the ride of this thing, because it's extremely exciting. Well, just like the name, extreme. What just happened? It's really slippery here, probably because of the leaves, but really, yeah, it was pretty slippery. But damn, that is a wheel that I react quickly on leaning. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about the ride. And for me, the ride is actually, well, nothing short of amazing on this wheel. It just combines so many nice attributes of wheeling in a package that is pretty much done out of the box. On the Extreme, everything is out of the box. Like, the only thing I changed are the NyloNove pedals, because the originals bended. But other than that, nothing. Like on the S22, you need to get fairings, you need to get well, pedals best as well, you need to get new pads, you need to get maybe different shock, change the bolts. Well, for now with 1,000 kilometers everything is fine here, but the pads make a huge difference. And if you buy a wheel for 3,000 euro and then you have to spend on pads and all of this other stuff, well, this becomes a lot more compelling when you don't have to. Well, the back pad here, that's my biggest gripe. It's a bit small. They're comfortable for me. So impressive, impressive, impressive. Now we will see about the durability of it. As far as it goes for now, I've done 1,000 kilometers on it. No problems with bearings. The suspension is pretty smooth. One time I did have some sounds. Now I have also a bit more sounds of it. So wait for the teardown if you want to check on that. But riding this thing is precise. I think that's what I really like about it. It has plenty of travel. well, it's stated at 13 centimeters. Some people are saying it's more like 11. In any way, it has a lot more travel than the patent, and it doesn't bottom out like the patent. And I like the geometry more than what is stock on the S22, and it doesn't have rollers. So that's a thing I really like. Apart from that, this wheel is just very well balanced. All of the weight is really central. This wheel just feels very dense, and therefore with all of those sort of attributes, it's very precise. And all of the things I can do on this wheel, like now I am more off the limit than the wheel itself. I can do stairs, down, up. I can do, you know, crazy shenanigans going somewhere off-road, really up a steep hill, which I, for example, wouldn't be able to do on S22. And you do all of those crazy things, you do jumps, and then you can just ride it, and it's comfortable. It's so comfortable for seated rides, it's actually crazy. Most of the time when I ride it just casually, and I know that there's nothing like dangerous coming up, I just sit, and that's it. Oh, that even did rhyme. There's a couple of modes on this wheel. There is race mode, there's off-road mode. Race mode was recently updated, and now I like it more than the off-road mode. Just feels a bit more zippy. Feels like it has more power then as well. Woo! And yeah, it's just a great ride, really. The air shock also works well for now. There was some oil leaking, but it's not really part of the ride review, but I want to say it anyways. But it stopped. The trolley handle. I know it's not really part of the ride, but this is absolutely nice and usable. I mean, if this isn't practical for the city, then I don't know what is. So the wheel does feel light, but not as light as, for example, the AS19. You can still feel that it is about 40 kilograms, but it's very manageable. And with the power pads that it has on board, it just works so well. I do love riding on this wheel. And if you have those Leatts, it won't hurt you with the it won't hurt you with the power pads it has, because otherwise it can hurt a bit. One thing I have to say though is that if you like street riding, you will need to change the tire, because this tire doesn't have such a big point of contact when you go on a street. So off-road, amazing, tons of grip, even on like sandy surfaces or loose surfaces. But you go back on road, it can slip. It's not the best tire for rainy rides, so just keep an eye on that. If I go on the street, I usually just go slow on this wheel between 30 40 kilometers an hour tops, and that's about it. I don't go fast on this wheel, and it's still extremely exciting. Also, a couple words on the software here that Begode implemented, because now we also can actually control the pedal dip. It's crazy. So now if you connect to the app, you can set up how much the pedals will be going down or up when doing turns. So this is very helpful if you do some racing. If the pedal dipping is something that annoys you, you can change it in the software. You can also change the angle of the wheel, which wasn't previously available. Well, just at Begode, other companies had it for a long time. And one gripe that I have with the software, which is a downside that they maybe can fix in the future, and that is that the wheel has tilt back if you do jumps. So with one jump, you can do it fairly well on the Begode Extreme. And I did plenty of jumps, even big ones, big jumps for my experience anyways. But the wheel does tilt back slightly, and I hope they fix it. If you want a wheel primarily for jumps, well, the S22 is still king. But if you do this trail riding, off-road, small hops and jumps on the Extreme, will just do perfectly fine. So look, it is no secret that the Begode Extreme left me absolutely flabbergasted. But if you want to find out more about this wheel, what's its durability, more features, more in-depth stuff, then make sure to subscribe to see the full review of this wheel. But if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. See you soon. What? How does it do that? How? Jesus Christ.